Entrepreneurs flirt way too much with burnout. A burnout is something that happens when you just hit a wall. You're just too exhausted. Signs of burnout: you want to quit, you're unfocused, you have no energy, you're just sick of everything. Now, as entrepreneurs, we wear with a badge of honor. Hey, I'm so busy. I'm running from meeting to meeting, this to that. Oh, I'm swamped. I'm so busy. I'm exhausted. I'm working nonstop. But is that something really to be proud of? The more I'm in the business, the more I'm talking to people, the entrepreneurs that I want to emulate are the ones that have achieved a true work-life balance. I don't want to be on my phone every day of the week. I don't want to be at my office 7 days a week. I do not want to be working. I don't want to be checking my phone on Sundays when I'm hanging out with my family. I just want a work-life balance. I don't want to hit burnout either, because honestly, I started this job because I love it. I would hate for it to become something I dread every single day. Now, how can we avoid burnout? And why is this something that we're all so familiar with? Well, because we live in a world that really promotes this hustle lifestyle. It's like, go, don't stop till you drop, go, 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 you can sleep when you're dead. But is this really why I started my business? No, I started for one reason and one reason only, and that is freedom. Freedom to wake up late, freedom to take a 4-day weekend when I want, freedom to just choose and make my own schedule. But I see the flip side of that. A lot of people are running around. They're actually their own worst enemies. They're exhausted. They're sacrificing their personal relationships at the altar of their business. And again, it's not the reason they got into the business. A lot of entrepreneurs, the reason is freedom. All the other stuff is icing on the cake, but we really started for freedom. So try really hard to achieve a work-life balance. How can you do this? Well, it's kind of similar to in my opinion, similar to the whole pay yourself first thing that we hear all the time as entrepreneurs. It's schedule a time in your calendar for you before the week even starts. So for me, I know there are 2 days a week where I'm leaving the office at 2:30. I'm going home, I'm gonna hang out with my kids, I'm gonna work out a little bit and then do whatever I do for the rest of the night. But I know I put that into my calendar because I know physically I'm trying to get a little bit stronger, get a stronger core because I sit all day long at a computer. So I carved that into my schedule because guess what wasn't happening? I wasn't going home at 2:30. I was working until 5 every single night because I didn't schedule it in. So what happened instead? I ended up talking to clients. I ended up doing more work. I ended up just making sales calls. Now I know that is blocked off on my calendar. I know exactly on Tuesdays and Thursdays or whatever day it's gonna be that I'm going home, I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna spend time with my family. Now, what does this do? You would think it was counterproductive, but in all honesty, these past few weeks and months that I've been doing this, I've actually been more productive than I ever have been in my life. I'm focused, I'm quick, I have tons of energy. I'm excited to go to work in the morning because I'm taking care of myself. Now, how can you do that? The same thing. Schedule a couple, hours into your schedule where you're taking care of you. Maybe you don't want to work out because you don't sit all day. You work really hard. Maybe you want to read a book or just go get a coffee by yourself or go for a long drive. But schedule that time into your schedule. Put it literally into your calendar and do not take it out. The other thing is get adequate sleep. So many times I hear these people being like, oh man, I was reading all these emails before bed. And I honestly do that sometimes. But really, when I think about it, I'm sorry, that's literally the worst thing to do before you go to sleep at night is see all the things you need to do in the morning or things maybe you messed up on or deadlines that are looming. That's an awful way to start your sleep. So I have quit doing that. I'm not looking at my email at a certain point in the night. Just because I'm wow, that's horrifying. Why am I doing that? And then I wonder why I have really bad sleeps. Well, right before I went to bed, I just took some time to be overwhelmed. So I just think that's the one thing we can do is just shut the email off, shut the phones off. You don't need to be at everyone's beck and call. And then lastly, again, the people I look at where I'm man, you just have it all. You have a great family, you have great social life, you take time for yourself, and you have an amazing business. They take time off. They recognize the value of rest. And whether that's 1 day a week, if you take the whole weekend, that's amazing. If you take frequent breaks, whether it's actual, weeks away or just a long weekend here and there. But as entrepreneurs, we have control over our schedule. So we need to schedule these things in. This is how you achieve work-life balance. And again, it is so imperative. We should not be putting burnout on a pedestal. And that is what we do when we thrive on the running and the busyness of it all. So if you feel like you recognize some of these symptoms within yourself, I actually talked to 2 people this week. One guy was just like, I'm ready to quit. I don't want to do my business anymore. And he started around the same time as me. And I was just like overwhelmed with sadness for him, because I'm like, man, we started because we loved it. And now you want to quit and sell it in and pack it in just because he's dangerously close to burnout, or maybe he's reached that point. I don't know. So again, take time for yourself. It will help your business last longer. It will actually make you a more effective entrepreneur and business person, because it will, again, breathe life into your business, breathe life into yourself, and it will give you the energy and positivity that you need to continue in the business. So good luck with that. If you have any hints, put them below. I would actually love to hear how people are actively achieving the work-life balance and what you're doing to put yourself first and to help create a thriving business environment by doing that.